All right, everyone, we're getting things started here with Angelina. If you're on the Zoom, just use the raise hand button and we'll open the line for you. Ange, just let's start off with the goal. Talk us through it and what you saw in that one.
Yeah, I'm just really happy to have the opportunity to put the ball in the net. Been working hard for that. We've been doing a lot of finishing at training, so I'm really glad that I got that one.
Awesome, glad with what you.
And you got to see the first half from the bench and then came in second half. What did you kind of see from the sidelines within that first half to kind of shift things up within the second half?
Well, I thought we started really good on the game, finding really good passes, really good plays on the final third, getting really good chances to put the ball in the net. I just saw a couple of spaces that I could explore when I came in, so that's what I try to do, get on the ball the most I could, and I feel like the team did a really good job today, so made things easier for us that came in.
How much just in the build up throughout that second half? How fluid did you feel just with that group with Marta and Barbara just kind of going forward against a very physical defense tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the game was really physical. We know that playing against any team on the NWSL is really hard. So a lot of transitions, but we try to keep the ball the most we could tonight. And it's really easy to play with these players, you know. It's just we can find really good pockets and we find each other. We trust each other on the ball. So I feel like that makes everything easier.
Going forward, you're still unbeaten, 23 games now. You know that every team is going to be gunning for you and putting their best effort. How do you kind of mentally encapsulate that and go out on the field knowing that every team is going to be giving it their best shot to try and beat you and be the team that beats Orlando?
I mean, we keep doing our job. There's nothing much we can do. We keep focused on our goal. We always come to the games trying to win. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. And we know that every team is making an extra effort, maybe because of the record or maybe because of the position every team is on. And I feel like we just keep focused on what we're doing, that every game is like a final, so we got to keep looking each game by game.
Sean, go ahead.
You had your goal early in the second half, and then right after that, they got one back. Can you talk about the team's mentality after giving up that goal?
I feel like sometimes like things like that happen. You know, you scored, and a few seconds later they can score again. But we had a really good mentality of like keep doing what we're doing, keeping the ball, trying to be better defensively. It was just like a tiny I don't know. We blacked out that moment. Got too many spaces. Let them drive with the ball into the final third, and we don't need to give them that much space on the game. So we just shook that off and continued doing what we were doing best on this game.
Just within the game itself, you've played with multiple pairings in the midfield now over the course of this season. What does it speak to just the depth of this team to be able to, give you a break for the first 45 minutes and have players like Carriabello coming into the midfield, having played mostly out wide as left back for the majority of the season, but just the versatility of this team and the depth of this team to be able to not lose a step depending on who's into the game?
I mean, you said it yourself. Really good versatility and really good players in this whole team. So it doesn't matter who's playing as a six, as an outside back, as a winger. Like that's really good for a winning team to put whoever is going to come on the field. They already know their job and they're going to do it really well. So it's really nice. You can play with whoever on the midfield that they're going to do a really good job and you're going to feel comfortable with whoever's playing there.
Just want to get your thoughts on Marta's goal.
Pretty amazing. I mean, the whole team was just like jogging forward and like she took it herself and made it happen. She's amazing.
We're going to go to the Zoom, Luis Carlos Pinedo, with what you have, Luis.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Angelina. Congrats on the massive win. I wanted to ask you, over 17,000 people attended this game today. What is your feeling about the fans and how they rally, with you guys? Thank you.
Thank you. It was really amazing to see them out tonight and see them throughout the season just like coming and supporting us. And it's the results of what we've been doing. And we're really proud and really glad to have the fans that we have and for them to be coming out and support us in really tough moments like tonight. So I'm really happy, and I hope they keep coming because that's really important for us, and it does a lot good for us playing on the field, seeing all those fans supporting us and cheering for us.
All right, we're gonna get things started with Carson Pickett. First of all, Carson, congrats on your first Pride goal.
Thank
Who knew
you.
It would
I
just take you
appreciate it.
leaving and coming back to get it. So
Yeah, hey, it definitely pushed me leaving to come back, so I had to earn my spot.
let's
and-
talk about it. Your thoughts on that goal?
Yeah, I mean, Corey Dyke, like, what an unbelievable service. Like I said on the TV interview, I credit it to her because I would have never gotten the ball without her. So, yeah, we just felt like we kind of locked eyes. She saw the back line stepping, I saw the back line stepping, and she overhit it. And yeah, I was there. I mean, it was an unbelievable ball from her. So it was nice to get my first.
Go Dawson.
Just the meaning behind that goal for you to be able to do it in front of such a massive crowd, 17,000 most in this stadium's history. You know, you were here a couple years ago, obviously with the tough times. To be able to come back, to be able to score in front of 17,000 people, just what does that mean to you?
I mean, I almost can't even put it into words how amazing it feels, what an honor it is. And yeah, I mean, to be able to see this club turn from 2020 all the way till now and just see the growth and everything that Haley and Seb have done here and the girls, the work that they've put in day out. I stepped into this club and I was like, wow, this is a winning club, a winning culture. And just to be able to do it in front of I think a record crowd is that, yeah, record crowd. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's pushing the game forward. It's pushing the Orlando Pride forward, and I do feel so much pride for this club. And to be able to get that goal in front of everyone, I hope they all come back. It's a fun game.
How much did that first goal for just the team kind of alleviate a lot of pressure? You know, it was a very physical game. Houston was obviously pushing forward. How much did that goal just kind of help in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this league, especially kind of being at the top and continuing to build, I think that you're going to get your best out of every team that you play. And so kind of going into the game, we knew every single game moving forward is going to be just as hard as the others. So just to be able to get a goal and, you know, what we talked about is not getting the goal and then relaxing is continuing to get more and more goals and putting them away. So I think that's something we can build on in the first half. We continue to put balls away, but a great performance nonetheless.
We'll go one more with Austin and then over to Sean.
Just from your perspective, obviously you were with North Carolina when they were top team. How much does that kind of experience from your perspective just kind of translate to now with a lot of these players having never been in this position and having, you know, been at the top and kind of knowing what that's like? How have you kind of imparted some of your wisdom onto the rest of the team just having been there before?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, Morgan and I were just talking about this the other day. Just kind of being a veteran in this league, I think for me, that, you know, there's a lot of leaders that talk and you know, lead by their mouth and things like that, which is exactly what we need. And then there's some leaders that kind of lead by example. And I think that I kind of fall under that category, kind of leading by example. And I hope that the girls see that. I want to work just as hard as everyone else on that field. And I want to get the job done no matter what. And I think, you know, this team is doing amazing. Before I even came there, always top of the table. So I just hope that I can, you know, come in and just help continue to push them forward and hopefully, you know, get the Shield and win a championship.
Sean, go ahead.
You guys dominated the chances, especially in the first half, and Houston's chances were few and far between. When you're in a situation like that, where you're dominating both possession and chances, can you talk about from a defensive standpoint, staying focused and not allowing them to hit you on the break?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the first half, we came in and talked about how we don't need to let them have any hope. And I think there's a couple of times we did, you know, they weren't really pressing us. And then we kind of were a little bit too lax and gave them a couple chances that never should have happened. So I think that we kind of came in, refocused, said we need to put our stamp on this game and finish the job. So I think just once you get that first goal, not relaxing, continue to put teams away.
Go ahead, Austin.
It's your second straight start now. An assist last game, a goal this game. I think we sat in this room when you first got here and you said, "Oh, you know, I just want to be here for the team and do whatever I can." Just how are you feeling, you know, in your current form, being able to get two straight starts and being able to contribute on the score sheet in back-to-back games?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like, you know, like I said, coming in midway through the season, you're just helping push the team forward. I think obviously they were doing an amazing job on their own, and I just want to continue to push, you know, the culture, the play on the field, and a winning mentality. So again, yes, I started, and yes, I got a goal and assist, but I'm just honestly, I'm here to help the team any way that I can, whatever role that I'm in this year, and you know, I just want what's best for the team, and I think that's continuing to push for Shield.
All right, well, we are going to wrap things up, as always, with head coach Seb Hines. Seb, again, congratulations on another victory for this team. Let's start first, I guess. We talked a lot about the fans in your post-game huddle. Just what did that mean to you to see the support for this team and the takeaways from the game today?
Yeah, I've said it from the start. Like we've had to make it our duty to try to attract more fans to come watch us play. I know behind the scenes, the front office are doing a terrific job to continue to try and promote fans to come out and support this team. And our job is to put the performances together. And I can assure you the players are giving absolutely everything. They are doing the most to go out there and perform at their highest level and get victories. And I think tonight epitomised with the crowd coming out and showing their support for this team, because they've done so well this year. I can't even put it into words.
Good, awesome.
Kind of going off of that, how much did that crowd just play in terms of the start of the game, just kind of pushing the team on, and obviously, you know, when Carson scored the goal, just hearing them celebrate with her. I mean, how much does that just kind of push the team on in their mentality?
It's really important. It's really important to get the backing of the fans, get them off their seats, get them excited. And I thought we started the half really well. I thought we were on the front foot, created some opportunities, and you could hear them. I've said it from the start. The fans are your 12th player. They're the ones who spur you on. They're the ones that stick by you, even towards the end. You know, you can hear them loud and proud, and pushing the players into getting the victory at the end.
Just as the second half started, Angelina gets her second goal of the season. What was kind of the thought process with bringing her off the bench? And obviously, you know, how happy were you with her getting a goal that, you know, feels very deserved at this point?
Yeah, it's always a tough decision. I thought Morgan was brilliant. I thought, you know, she did so well intercepting passes, getting on the ball, linking play. But I felt at times in that first half it was getting too stretched at times. You know, Summer is doing a role for us in midfield. She's more of an attacking player. And just getting Ange on the field for 45 minutes, it's really important that we keep the players fresh and ready to go. And so there's a lot of competition within every position also that we can rely on players. But yeah, I'm really happy for Ange. She took her shot well and deserved the goal.
Good, Sean.
This was obviously Viviana Villacorta's first game back from her injury. Can you talk about how hard she's worked to get back and what it means for the team to have her back, and also what it means for her after coming back from two of the serious injuries?
Yeah, well, I've been here from the start with Viv's Orlando Pride career, and it's been very stop-start. Suffered with a lot of major injuries, and she's worked tremendously hard. You know, going back to the end of last year and seeing her rehab, and the medical staff have done a terrific job of getting her into this position. We've been a little bit more cautious than most players who are coming back from an ACL. Based on Viv's past history. But we felt she was ready to go, and, you know, she took her opportunity. You know, it's nerve-wracking, obviously, that first time you're going back into the field, but we decided just to throw her in, and she did a good job in midfield. And, yeah, it's like having another new player and another asset that we can bring off the bench. You know, if she gets more minutes, maybe it's an opportunity to start, but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of competition within every position again, and so yeah, it's just refreshing to see Viv get back onto the field and contribute to this season.
Awesome.
Talk about competition for every position, but over the course of this last couple games, you've been able to get a lot of your key contributors some rest because of that. that level of competition and being able to see some of other players, get a healthy spurt of minutes. How beneficial is that, especially with this long grind of a season, to be able to get players that have played almost every single game a break that they deserve?
Yeah, it's difficult, right? Because you want to continue that momentum, but you have to be realistic. We've obviously had the game tonight. We play Washington, and then we have to travel to Portland, and then obviously go to Gotham after that. So it's the games come quick and fast, and making sure that everyone's ready to go. This period has allowed us to kind of rotate players, make sure that players are ready to start or come off the bench or vice versa. And yeah, going into the postseason, it's really important that we have players that are healthy and able to contribute in the postseason to be successful. We don't want to run out of steam after the Seattle game. So yeah, it's allowed us, because of the roster and what we've built here, to be able to rotate players and still stay competitive.
Got Carson with 2 straight starts now and 2 goal contributions in those games. How important has she been just in these last couple games since rejoining the team, just in her quality of service and her positioning and her veteran stature, I guess, within the team?
Yeah, I mean, last week you could see her quality. You could see her delivery of the ball. She's been consistent since when she was last here, and we knew that. One thing I didn't know was her heading ability. That came as a surprise, but she executed and she took her goal really well, and it was pleasing to see that she was in that position. So yeah, she's another asset who adds another layer to our game. Deep crosses, comfortable, finding the forwards when teams are pressing. And yeah, she's been a really good addition to this team.
Did you say anything to her after the goal about how you were surprised by the header?
No,
that she
I
had?
haven't spoke to her yet.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I mean, she's been watching me play, hasn't she?
Go ahead, Sean.
You've talked a lot, especially recently, about even with the good results, there's always things you can learn. Tonight you saw a situation that hasn't happened much this season where you score and give up a goal almost immediately. Can you talk about what the team can learn from that situation?
Yeah, I mean, what we've done so far has been unbelievable. I think 4 or 5 games without conceding a goal, and you can see that that's incredibly difficult with the level of players in this league, and some of the attacks in this league as well. Yeah, of course we'll review it and we'll have talking points. There's always stuff that we can continue to improve on, but we'll take the positive. We scored 3 goals tonight, and some really well taken goals as well. We created a lot of opportunities as well. We were very aggressive, trying to win the ball up the field. There was some really good passages of play. So again, we want to reinforce that message that we're still doing the right things, and we can tweak a few things that we don't put ourselves in that position where, teams feel like they can get back into the game.
Kind of going off that, you had that 5 games where you didn't concede a goal back to in the league before the Olympic break. Can you talk about the teams after giving up that goal, and especially with it being still a close game? Can you talk about the team's mentality?
Yeah, we knew that we had more goals on the table. We knew that we could go and get that 3rd goal, and that showed in the performance after Houston scored. That we created more opportunities, more passages of play. But I think we got to respect the competition as well. There's no easy games in this league. As much as people might look at the standings. Teams like Houston, Utah, Seattle, they're good teams with good players, and they can punish you. And tonight we let our guard down a little bit. We allowed them to get back into the game, but our reaction was brilliant to Marty's goal, take it, little step over and slots it into the bottom corner. And so you want that reaction with your players to to go out and keep doing the right things and score goals.